اللهم زيد وبارك.
آمين.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's showtime.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay.
All right, bismillah. Is there any water for me?
Aw, Yusef. Hey guys, so today I'm with my friend Yusef.
Fill in, brother.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Now, man, it's back here.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah! I'm excited. Okay. Alrighty. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. We are back with another Q&A, and I have a very, very, very special guest with me, Yusef Sharif, my beloved brother. Alhamdulillah. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Yusef Sharif, and apparently I'm a beloved brother.
Basically, Yusef, we have you here because we are going to absolutely drill you with marriage questions. If you guys didn't already know, Yusef, mashallah, is married for about what?
How much? Like 3 months.
A year and 3 months, mashallah. So, he's our prop for today. We are going to get all the secrets out, inshallah. Alright. We are going to go... okay, I honestly, I don't know which one to start out with. Okay. Oh, I can't. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll start off with the easy one, okay? Expectations versus reality. What was your expectation of marriage and what is the reality?
Well, alhamdulillah, unlike a lot of people, I think I was expecting marriage to be more of a responsibility than the fairy tale, Disney, everything else that people portray. So a lot of people think that a relationship is just all about love and that's it, you know? Mm-hmm. But the reality is marriage is one, before anything, it's a responsibility. And it's going to be the biggest responsibility of your entire life in every aspect of your life. And it's the biggest decision you'll ever make in your life.
Mm-hmm. I know for a fact that you got a lot of criticism for getting married young. So how did you deal with that?
100%. I got a ton of criticism about getting married young. Alhamdulillah, I got married when I was 20 years old. I don't think most 20-year-olds should get married that young if they're not ready for it. Marriage at a young age is not for everyone, and I want to emphasize that a lot. But it's overemphasized that if you're young, you're not ready for marriage, and that's false 100%. And obviously, people mature in different ways, and not every single 19, 20, not even every single 30-year-old is ready for marriage.
I feel like it really depends from person to person, right? Because it's literally just you as a person, mature-wise, when you are ready for that kind of responsibility. Like you, mashallah, by 20, you knew what to expect, and I felt like you were ready for it. Where like you said, some 30-year-olds are still children, right? They're not ready for that kind of responsibility. What are good questions to ask before getting married to someone?
A ton. Way too many to put in this video, but a ton.
Let's keep it down to we'll give you 45 seconds. So go.
45 seconds. What are the rights of a husband? What are the rights of a wife? And those questions should be asked to both individuals. What are your deal breakers? This is a huge one because if you don't know the deal breakers of someone else, how are you ever going to know if you're fully compatible, right? True. You definitely don't want to have any red flags when you're in the process because that means it's not something that you want, so therefore it's not going to make you compatible. For example, if I say, I'm looking for someone that prays 5 times a day, who doesn't drink, who doesn't do drugs, who doesn't mix with the opposite gender, and then one of those is a red flag, then that's only going to cause problems later on if I try to continue with that, right? Yeah. Say I get married and then oh, you're still drinking? I thought we talked about this, you know what I'm saying? So red flags, keep them as red flags and don't make it as if it's a small thing. If it's important to you, keep it important to you.
Okay, on that note, what is the halal way to talk to someone and actually start asking those questions, right? If you're texting, is that halal? If you're getting to know them, do the parents have to be involved? What constitutes talking in a halal way for marriage?
We live in a modern world where it's really easy to ask questions or interact with the opposite gender. And that's not a bad thing if it's done the right way. Step one is you do have to have some kind of involvement from the parents regardless. And this will show you if the guy you're talking to or if the girl you're talking to is actually serious, right? Say you're in a relationship and you tell the guy, right, I want to make things halal and I would really like you to just tell your parents, that you'd like to get to know me for the sake of marriage. And if he says, well, I don't know if I'm, ready to get married right now. Perfect. don't start. That's how it goes. If you're ready to get to know someone for the sake of marriage, then you should talk to your parents and say, look, I would like to get to know such and such person for the sake of marriage. There's a tendency to push people away when they come up and talk to you because it might be seen as like, whoa, you know, like what are you doing kind of thing. Like if someone just came up to you and said, hey Maz, let's get married, you're gonna be like, what? Obviously that's not how it's gonna go to begin with. You're gonna say, would you like to get to know, I would like to get to know you for the sake of marriage.
That's what I was, yeah. I'm just in the thing. Okay.
Why do you
Did you
all know
wait.
so much about me?
Did you fail? I can't say that. I can't say that. I don't think I can ask that. I have too much respect for you to ask that
Let me
question.
just hear it. Yeah, that's personal.
Okay, we want to ask that.
And why do they need to know
I don't
that
know.
for
I don't.
education?
Yeah, why are you asking that question?
Astaghfirullah, brother, sister, keep the boundaries. Keep the boundaries.
Ooh, what was the biggest expectation or responsibility in marriage that you didn't like expect? You didn't realize until you were actually married. You gotta think about that. These are some good questions. Okay, I'll read the actual.
Something I didn't expect before getting married.
No, biggest expectation or responsibility in marriage that you did not expect. Like for example, like for me, like just as an example, like I didn't expect that I had to wash the dishes every night.
Oh.
I don't know. Is that an expectation in marriage? I didn't expect that like I had to block off like time every night to like watch a movie or something. I didn't expect that there was going to be so much like driving or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Or money spent.
I got it. Okay. Basically, something I didn't really expect is how time-consuming the process and marriage is in general. All my friends would ask me, Yusef, why are you so busy? I never see you.
Oh my God.
Yusef, what are you doing? I never see you. I'm just like,
Man's what? Pooh! Just disappeared.
You're trying to get married and you're going about it the Islamic way, then chances are you're going to want to know everything there is to getting married Islamically and what that means going forward from that point on. Once you're married, you can't undo it, right? Inshallah, you never undo it. May Allah protect us all. I mean, if you're prioritizing it, then it's going to take up a lot of time, and just know that going into it. That's why Muaz is not married yet.
Wow.
What? No.
We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
You can finish this Q&A by yourself.
That's his words. That's not me.
That is true. I'm gonna ask. I kind of like zoned out. I didn't even know what you said.
I know.
Get the blood.
Happens a lot.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. How do you know if a guy is genuine or sincere?
Did he talk to his parents?
Mic drop. It's over. Khalas. Ooh. How do you balance work, life, and marriage? It's a good question.
It's a very good question, and it's very difficult, and it's not easy. You know, once you're married, you have responsibilities that you might not have had when you're living with your parents. How do you manage all of that? It's time management, and it's something you're going to be continuously working on from the beginning of your marriage to the rest of your life. Your life only gets busier. As a kid, you're like, oh, homework in elementary school is so bad. And then you get to middle school, and then you get to high school, and you're like, wow, it just keeps getting worse. College, you're like, dang, I'm busy, right? After college, then you have either graduate school, or say you're married, your life is busy. Then you have kids, your life's gonna be even more busy, you know? Life's only gonna get busier and busier, and so that's not a topic that's just gonna be like, oh, you're married, how do you do it? No, you're always gonna have to continue working on that throughout your marriage, from the beginning until, inshallah, Jannah, then you can just, inshallah, retire together in Jannah.
How do you know if he or she's the right person? Like, is there like the one, like your soulmate? Or is it just like a compatibility? Like, how do you figure out like they're the right person?
Well, I can tell you for a fact that if you see such and such person, say you're working or say you're at an Islamic event and you see this person, you're like, that's my husband, that's gonna be my wife, you're daydreaming. Why?
Just no chance.
I must admit, this stuff is starting to depress me.
Because you're not thinking with your head. When you get to know someone for the sake of marriage, the first thing you're looking for is compatibility, right? Is this a person with good character? Is this a person with good deen? Is this a person that you can get closer to with Allah And don't tell me that your boyfriend or your girlfriend is the person you get to read Quran with the most.
But they wake me up for Fajr, Yusef.
Yeah, I know. If you didn't start it the right way, then you should figure out a way that you can make it halal. Because one, if you want barakah in your relationship and in your marriage, then you know that that love and that marriage is built solely from Allah. If you try to build it any other way, it's like trying to build a bridge with toothpicks. You know what I'm saying? Are we in a position where we want to get married right now? If we don't, then hit pause and hit resume once you've started it the right way. So how do you know that that person is the right match for you? You're always going to have to take a leap of faith, because you will never know 100% that that person is the right match for you. And it's not a leap of faith. What do? You pray Salat Istikhara. Salat Istikhara means you're putting your trust in Allah. You pray 2 rak'ahs. Afterwards, you read the dua, and in the dua, there's a portion where it says, Ya Allah, if this task, and then you name your task, right? In this case, if Muaz is the best person for me to get married.
No. Restart.
Because you know people do that.
No, I can't with this. We're cutting this video. We're
What is the purpose of Salat Istikhara? You're putting your trust in Allah, and Allah does the rest. You're going to ask your questions. They're going to ask you questions. Based off of your answers, you'll figure out, is this a person I'm compatible with? Compatible in terms of your relationship with them, with her or him, and also on paper. And then the last thing to do is put your trust in Allah and go for it if you haven't seen any red flags, and if you think truly, if you think it is a good match and someone that will bring you closer to Allah and in Jannah, inshallah.
Okay, this is probably the most important question on there, so I want you to give it some thought.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on a second wife?
Astaghfirullah al-Azim, brother. The second I sign that nikah would be the second I sign my janazah.
Okay. We'll end it on a very good question. Did getting married benefit your deen?
100%. Tell me how a person could not get Islamically married and it doesn't benefit their deen.
Islamic.
How?
Islamic.
Yeah, Islamic, of course. When you get Islamically married, Allah says that marriage is 50%, right, of your faith, right, of your deen. How can it be worth 50% of your deen? I'll give you just a few examples and just tell me why it wouldn't be. If every single day you're praying by yourself, now every day you're praying with your spouse, and we know that when you pray, your reward is 25 to 27 times the amount if you pray in congregation. Instantly, your reward is multiplied.
Also, like, part of the 50% of your deen is because the responsibility aspect of it, because Islam is a religion of like it's a lifestyle. It's not a thing that you do once a day, right? And khalas, or you go to church on Sundays and that's it. Islam is your entire life, what you do every day. So when you get married, all of a sudden, right, you're lowering your gaze now, right?
You should have been doing that before.
Yeah. But right, like now it's like it's there's an added aspect to it. There's responsibility at home. I'm sure you can speak on it more than I can. I don't know why I'm speaking about this. Go speak about marriage.
Of course, there's way more responsibility. If you're living at home versus you're living with your wife or your husband, instantly you have more responsibility, because instead of someone else usually doing I don't know, if usually your mom was making your bed, then shame on you, right? But now
it's like the cooking and like the cleaning around the house and whatnot.
You're funding someone to live, you're funding someone to eat, you're funding someone to learn, right? We already know that those rewards alone are so much. Every aspect of your life becomes instantly a chance or opportunity for hasanat, inshallah.
Inshallah. Love it. Okay. How do we end this video?
We can end it as such. May Allah grant all of us righteous spouses and husbands and wives and kids and offspring and
everything, all of it, and Jannah.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna be serious, this is how we're gonna end it. I gotta make this legit. May Allah grant all of us, people who are watching and people who are here, righteous relationships, righteous. You can only see good things from it.
Okay, Yusef, don't get mad at me. Can you redo that dua, but make it 20 seconds? It was like a minute long.
Bro, I'm just making dua. Just say Ameen. Just say Ameen. Alright. May Allah grant all of you guys Jannatul Firdaus. Jazakumullah khair for watching this video. I'm gonna. Okay.
May Allah bless us all with righteous spouse, with righteous offsprings. May Allah bring us closer together.
May you all get married at the right time to the best person for you. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
Wa barakatuh. Let's go. Ow, that hurt.